All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are continuing our AI sector review, looking at SoundHound and Big Bear. Unfortunately, these two are not moving as well as Bullfrog and Guard Force, but in a lot of ways, it's kind of what I've been expecting, right? I the way I do it, and again, I'm not saying that I'm the best at it, right? But when there's a sector I like, I try to look at all the stocks that there are and I try to group them, all right? Now, do I genuinely believe Bullfrog and Guard Force are better companies than SoundHound or Big Bear? No, I don't. Do I genuinely believe any of the four are actually good companies? No, I don't. But these are the Mullins, Lucids, Polestars of yesterday, and all they're really trying to do is make some silly moves and break some moving averages, and hopefully I'm there for the ride, right? So if these start to get better, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, I'll start shifting the groupings, right? But for now, SoundHound and Big Bear are doing what's been expected. It's less than the other ones, right? So just food for thought, all right? That said, we'll get more into the technicals. I know that's actually why you're here. And before we do that, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages, the horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment, anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms. And hey, I am not perfect. I am not all knowing. If you disagree with anything, I'm not here to hate on you. But otherwise, I'd more than be happy to hear from you guys. You know that. But let's get into the technicals, all right? And this doesn't look good. Okay, first and foremost, simple to say, right? We've been under the 8 moving average for a few days now. Today kind of seems a little extra scary, right? Because we actually lost the 200 and the 20 on top of the fact that they were just so tight. Like we lost the cluster, let alone 2 really important lines, right? So again, zooming in, you can see it, right? Like we are for sure under those 2 lines right now. Really, the way it works, right? This is a green, 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 green. Kind of seems like it's going to be a red, red, red down to here. Excuse me, are we below this guy? Maybe this 250 will hold. I probably would put a little more weight right here on this 240 line. I think 235 is roughly 50% candle. Otherwise, yeah, the 100 is really the next place that this thing is probably going to want to come down, which is 213, right? So the one thing I'll call out, and hopefully becomes the case, ideally these 4 are just the cluster that it's staying on. Hopefully it does just stay within these 4 and kind of does a maybe come to here tomorrow, then try to come back here, then maybe just bounce in this what is it, 260 to 285, 290 realm, right? But end of the day, this thing should do well if it breaks 3, because from there hopefully we would come pretty quickly to almost 4, and then yeah, getting out of this little tunnel, that's really the silly number, right? 464 is really where SoundHound will fly, right? But let's look. There's a couple. I'm not much of a pattern trader, but there's one thing I'll call out. This is either going to make a W for winning. So I could see it coming back to here, maybe even to here, and then going all the way. Or we might, is there an M really here? I don't know if there's much of an M to make. This should have gone a little higher. Again, I'm not a pattern trader. I'm talking out of my ass right now. Let me not do this. End of the day, moving averages is what I know. And yeah, lose this orange line. We're probably going to come to the blue line. Hopefully 50% holds. Otherwise, I need some good movement to actually believe I've escaped these 4, because even this guy tried to escape and then ends up getting pulled back, right? So I need a break and an escape, right? So just keep that in mind. Where are we on the weekly? Interesting. And I remember on the last week, I think there was a red smudge, and I was like, what's this little red smudge here? But the 50 has just formed, all right? This would have been such a different chart if this 50 wasn't here, Or if maybe this 50 was right here and we had already failed it, come down and then went the next time, right? But this is the first time we're seeing this 50 moving average line. This is now essentially the 200, for lack of words. That 50 is the last moving average. It's going to be a hard one to break, you know what I mean? So getting over the 50 on the weekly is going to be really important, and obviously a good weekly is going to dictate your good dailies, right? But yeah, I think the real story here is the 50 moving average. Pretty much happening right here. So interesting. And again, I think if the AI sector run did not happen here, if it happened right here, if it happened a couple months earlier, this would be the guard force. This would be the bullfrog. You know what I mean? But yeah, these moving averages suck when you're on the wrong side of them. You know what I mean? So that's just all it kind of is for this guy. And you know I hate clusters for sure. BBAI, BBAI. Honestly, a very similar chart to SoundHound. It really is. I wouldn't say it's as tight as a cluster. This one does have a trend line that I did draw. We're definitely over the trend. So, hey, that's nice to have, right? But yeah, for me, it's really all these moving averages, right? It's not a super tight cluster, but we've basically gone from the bottom line to the top line to the bottom line to the top line. Are we going to now come down to the bottom line? Can we maybe stay closer to like halfway? Maybe never go lower than 250 and then kind of go back up? That would be really nice. But yeah, I do not want to just keep going up, down, up, down, up, down. You know what I mean? That's horrible. So yeah, if this thing can break this line, and you know, the sad thing is something like this, right? You do get a good break of both the 50 and my line. You get a very good confirmation candle, and all of a sudden things come down. To me, that's a real big reason why I hate horizontal moving average clusters. You know what I mean? So it's not wildly tight. It's really not. But, and again, the RSI wasn't even that high. Like, damn, that really was a sad failure to say the least. But again, I think it goes back to why I've separated these two from the other two, right? Again, am I 100% right? For sure, no. I might be wrong, and yeah, I might be looking at the wrong two stocks for sure. But to me, until Big Bear and SoundHound do a little more, they're definitely ranked third and fourth. But again, hey, if you're third place or fourth place in what I consider the best sector, in my opinion, that's still way better than being number one in a shit sector, right? No offense to anyone, but yeah. So just again, it's more of a I'm a greedy guy that wants to make as much money as I can as quick as I can kind of thing, not like a bashing of any of the stocks, right? But yeah, I'm telling you, I sincerely believe I will be shuffling the order of the four so many times over the next few months, right? So don't feel bad if you're looking at these two more than the other ones. They will move around. They should try to be like getting better than each other. And really, as the tide rises, everyone goes with it, right? So just let the whole sector rise. Let AI itself do better. Let NASDAQ do better. And yeah, it should be good for everyone. You know what I mean? So yeah, just my opinions and thoughts. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, you know I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.